What's up? What's up, everybody? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Saturday Bully Life Live. Tighten everything up. Probably should always do this before I go on. But y'all know how I get on. What's up? What's up, brother? What's happening? There y'all go. Hey, how you doing, Jamea? Tay, Carlos, Orlando, what it do? Juan. Trying to see how I can tighten this thing up. JV, what up? Wendell, what's happening? I can't complain. It's good. I got me some good rest. I got up, I did a little work in the backyard. And now we fixing to do our Saturday live video. Appreciate it, Carlos. Appreciate it, Carlos. Sigmund, self-made. Appreciate all of y'all. As y'all see, Jermaine, we got some jealous dogs. Team Tick, huh, Dustin? Hey, get out of that water. All right, so today we're going to let all the dogs out. We ain't going to show nobody no favoritism. We're going to let them all out. Let them all do their thing. Give me 1 second. I'm finna let the Mac out right now. Y'all know where the Mac gonna go. The Mac gonna go straight to his toy. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it down for him right now. That's just a little understanding that we have. He don't run nothing, but I cooperate with him. Clean up the yard a little bit. Mac, they asked you already, baby. Come on. Hey, Cleo, stop, bro. Come on. Come on, you're on the camera. Let's go. Come on. Cleo, let's go. Cleo. Cleo. Come on. Come on. Cleo, let's go. I said give me the camera. Come on, you want to buy the Mac? Go ahead, give me the camera. Hey! Yeah, DeAndre, Emma, and Geronimo are little mates. Brandon, what's up, brother? What's happening, brother? The puppies that I told you about, they are very healthy and love to play. Thanks for the tip. Oh, awesome. That's what's up, Jamea. No doubt. I'm glad it was able to help. How old are they now? Man, what's wrong with this thing, man? That's awesome. I'm trying to figure out how I could tighten up this thing for y'all so it could stop moving so much. Every time a dog hits it or passes by, get him, Big Mac. Get him, Mac. Let y'all see the Mac in action. They fighting that one. Go get this bone. Hey, put it down. So definitely congratulations on the help. Get on, girl. On the healthy litter. Zena. Yeah, bro, I'm chilling. Sophia is off of Soleil and Solo. That's the same litter as Cleopatra and Mandingo. The Big Mac is retired, Jermaine. The Big Mac is retired. No more breeding farm. We started the Big Mac very early, on a flirt pole, just playing in the yard. He enjoyed it, and man, he just been crazy ever since. Yeah, the Mac retired. I'm not breeding the Big Mac no more. Yep, I done basically got everything I got off of him. And we improved him. We improved him with Tick. Tick's gonna take over the show, and eventually I'll buy another male. I done bred Tick and Emma already. Tick will be bred to Cleopatra, and Soleil will be bred to Zeus again. So advice on starting a kennel, that's a pretty good topic. Come on now. Y'all go ahead. Kevin West, peace, brother. So starting a kennel, number one, man, you have to love the dogs. You have to love the dogs, and you have to have a purpose on why you want to start a kennel, besides just to make a few dollars or just because you want to breed dogs. You got to breed dogs for a purpose. Queen of Hearts, how you doing? And everything else is just going to come natural. I mean, you guys been following me from the beginning. A lot of people have anyways. I never did nothing spectacular to build this kennel. I started with one kennel in my backyard. One dog. Got another dog. Got another dog. You know, realized, what's up, Jason? Realized that wasn't the route to go. I regrouped. I got the Big Mac. Then I got Diamond. You know, bred them. bred Diesel, figured out how I can breed and how I shouldn't breed Diesel. You know, there's nothing spectacular that I've done to really build the kennel. I stay consistent, and I really love what I do. I put the dogs first. I put them over everything. Created differently. How you doing? Cleo will probably come back and heat it in about 4 months. Say 2 to 4 months. You know, I fell in love with the process of the dogs. Just having the dogs. Just training the dogs. You know, walking the dogs. Doing little things with the dogs. And everything with the kennel and the breeding, it all came naturally. You never did anything special. You know, I did a lot of reading. I did a lot of researching. And it wasn't until a few years ago that I really started learning the breed of the American Bully. You know, it's a specific breed, and it's very difficult when first getting into it. It's not like a pit bull. And if you go into it trying to do like you would do with a pit bull, you're not gonna have the same results. You know, it's its own breed, it's its own type. It was built its own way. I got 8 dogs in the yard right now. A male with no flaws and several female. I mean, it's kind of impossible. You know, you're gonna come across a lot of people. You know, that's always the ultimate goal. You know, for a dog not to have any flaws. But if you really know what you're talking about, no dog is absolutely flawless. You know, and you can always breed to better that dog. You know, well, they cutting up, huh? Hey! You know, if you say you start off with flawless dogs, or whatever, if you continue to breed, you're not gonna always breed flawless dogs. You're gonna experience something, you know. And if you haven't experienced nothing, that's because you're not breeding. Hey, put it down. See, get over there. I'm gonna put you on the camera. Move around. Y'all stay away from the camera. Diesel is 17 inches tall. I plan to create my own bloodline with breeding consistency. You know, I'm in no rush. I have a 5-year plan that's set out, and I'm gonna continue to follow my plan and not be veered off by any dogs I see, anybody's opinion. I have my goal, I have my plan, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna stay consistent with it. And you know, a lot of people feel 4 generations is what makes your blood, which is on paper maybe, but it's not true unless you have that consistent look, unless you have that consistency in every litter, then you can actually name your blood. You know, I have a set plan that I wrote down. I have the breedings in line on how it's gonna go down, and we taking it one day at a time. We don't overthink it. I really enjoy this process. I love it. I don't do anything spectacular, man. I really don't. You know, I could sit here and try to and paint this beautiful picture on the internet like as if we have this miraculous thing set out, but we don't overthink it, man. We enjoy the process. We love our dogs. We let them be dogs, and that's pretty much it. Everything that's gonna come is meant to be, and it's been that way from the beginning. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, not just with the bullies. You know, when I first started the channel, that was the first bully that I got. But man, I was breeding pit bulls in the 90s. You know, I got away from the scene for a long time. Y'all leave her alone. I got away from the scene for a long time, and then whenever I came back, you know, the bullies was in. I got into the bullies, and when I first got into them, I got into them with no purpose. I didn't really know what direction I was going. But over the years, you know, we found ourselves, and that's pretty much anybody. If anybody says directly, they just woke up one morning and was like, "Oh man, this is what you're lying," you know. Unless you started out with guidance, like people can start now. When I first got into the, oh Lord, let me go before Jolene. Hey, girl, what's wrong with you? Yeah. You know, when I first started, I wasn't watching YouTube videos. I wasn't getting advice from people. The people who had blueprints to the breed, they wasn't helping nobody. You know, they were shining on people. They wasn't really helping people. You know, now there's a lot of channels. There's a lot of channels that's helping people. It's just on you or where you want to eat from. You know, and not all plates are healthy. Y'all go play. Y'all always want to stay close by. Jazzy. My girl there. I think about going 10 crossover. And that's what's up, man. That's what's up. It's all about what you love. Cliff, man, much love, man. Appreciate it. Markel. I use a product called Bifin for fleas, for mosquitoes, for everything. I spray the yard, spray the kennel. When I first started, I sprayed it a lot, like every 2 weeks. Wow, that was tight, huh? Like every 2 weeks. And then now I spray like once every 3 months. And I have no problem with anything. I don't have a mosquito problem. I don't have a flea problem. Wow, she's gonna go straight for that mud to try to keep cool. Get out of that mud. Watch this. As tired as he is, watch at him. Matt, Dito, let's go. Get it, man. Get it, man. Get it. I ain't giving it to you. You gotta get it. Just jump. Go ahead. Hey, man. Hey, man, it feel good outside, huh? I've had problems with like allergies and things when they're puppies. Everybody is pretty much out of that stage right now. That allergy stage is usually from the ages of like 3 months to 9 months, and that's because the immune system isn't quite built up yet. but everything's over that age. So like this summer, I didn't have any problems, and Tick and them were pretty young, but thank God I didn't have any issues with Tick at all. I didn't have any issues with Jazz. I've never had none with Big Mac. I've never had none with Soleil. So I don't really have that too bad. But I've experienced it before. And years ago I dealt with it a lot. But as the breeding change, that type of stuff starts going away. You start breeding in a stronger immune system. There's plenty of things that help with it, man. I'm a firm believer that if you treat your dogs with Bravecto every 3 months, the immune system is going to be strong enough to pretty much fight anything. That's what cured my issues. I love it. A lot of people, talk about MTG, new stock. A lot of people talk about a lot of things, changing the food because it's food allergies. Um, there's many different things. Some people give Benadryl. I've heard all kinds of stuff. But I've always treated my dogs with Bravecto every 90 days or every 5 months. And I've never had any type of issues with it since. What does Big Mac got? No, man, the Big Mac has no Dax blood at all. Y'all leave Soleil alone. No Dax blood at all. Appreciate it, Johnny. He's Golden Line. He's a Golden Goliath son, and his mother is a West Coast Guided Platinum daughter. Golden Goliath is a inbred Kingdom son, which is Golden Line. Hey, what's up, Remington? Man, you welcome, brother. I appreciate you following the channel, man. I'll talk. He's 17 inches tall. He's 17 inches tall. Tick, Tick, don't do that, dog. Tick. That's cool, huh? Hey, man, you're embarrassing me. Queen of Hearts, appreciate it. Tick, you're embarrassing me, man. It's the whole world watching, dog. No, you really don't. And he don't stop. Tick, I'm gonna put you up. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, we have. We have came a very long way. Yeah, Tick is special, man. Tick really is special. Look at this, y'all. Tick really is special. She living her best life. So look, this is how we keep that drive with Diesel, y'all. This is how I do it. See, he's tired, but he's fine. Luke, appreciate it, brother. No, Tick is a Diesel grandson. So Diesel's tired. When we talk about drive and we talk about endurance and stuff, like he's such a big dog, but I don't really cut him much slack either. So when he's tired, I still make him work. What's up, dog? What, you tired? You tired? You ain't tired, man. You ain't tired, man. Get that thing, man. Let's go, Mac. Let's go, Mac. Let's go, Mac. You ain't tired. Jed, get away from the camera. You ain't tired, man. Get it, man. Get it, man. You ain't tired, man. You ain't tired, man. Good boy. Let's go. Let's go. You ain't tired. Let's go. You were way longer than that before. Let's go. There you go. Now you're trying to bite it. You all right? Good. Let's go. Let's go, Matt. Let's go, man. Let's go, Matt. Dad, get over here. Get it, Matt. Let's go, boy. Let's go, boy. Come on, man. Say that thing. Say that thing. Say that thing, Soleil. Move around. I told y'all, get away from there. Go play, man. Y'all got the whole yard. Come on, move around. Yo, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Come on. Jazz, I'm telling you. Come back over here and see. I'm going to play with y'all. Chill out. Yeah, and like, you know, when we talk about tick, you know, just to educate you guys for a little bit, tick hasn't even begun, y'all. Tick hasn't even begun. Your dogs don't even really begin to start maturing until after they're 1 year old. You see a little difference at 9 months old. You know, you see a little change. But if you don't if you don't let your dog go to at least 18 months, 2 years old, before you start judging them, you really missing out. This was from Henry Jolly, Bull Blood. Do you progesterone on all your females there as far as bleeding plan? Or do you just play about, yeah. So, my personal preference is I like the days, the 9, 11, 13. But I do the progesterones. And the thing about the breedings is, when I was breeding the Big Mac, like to create all these dogs in the yard right now, breeding the Big Mac, I went off days. I didn't have to do progesterones because the stud was in my yard. So if I'm breeding to a stud that's out of town, or you know, a dog that's not in my yard, I have to do the progesterone because I just can't leave and take a ride for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Take a ride for 3 hours to go do a breeding with a female that's not ready. So I do the progesterone. Come on, Mac, go in privacy, dog. I do the progesterone. That way I'm not wasting my trips. But like now that Tick's at age to breed, and we got Geronimo who's doing his thing, you know, now I don't have to go outside the yard. Now I don't have to do that. You know, you guys know I was breeding Cleo to Frank Nitty. When I first had got the stud credit was for Player. Player ended up passing away. So I went to Frank Nitty. Frank Nitty was a great representation of the breed. He has a very nice pedigree. Still structure line, still Player's blood. Just a Player grandson instead. So I went with Frank Nitty. Well, after breeding the 3rd time with that kennel, and it didn't take, I'm just going to go ahead and take my loss on the stud credit, and I'm just going to breed my own dogs, which is inside the yard, now that he's of age. I don't think he's going to do any different. So I'm still happy with it. I know he's going to handle his business, and I'll just take the loss on that because I can't afford to keep losing breedings. Really appreciate it, Cindy. Thank you for following. Thank you for watching. Tick has been bred already. Tick has been bred to Emma. That's why you guys don't see her in the yard. Hey, how's it going, Luna? No, at the moment, there is no puppies in the kennel. There is no puppies. I would definitely show them to you if we had some. It all depends on how well calculated the breeding is. If you do your homework the way you're supposed to, you could pretty much have the puppies come out like who you want to. That's something that I've learned over the years about breeding. It is a science to it, and you have to know what the male, the stud blood clicks with, or what the female blood clicks with. If you if if you want to do if you want to do a specific breeding, or if you want to keep a certain blood there, then you do your homework on what you're gonna, what bloods are gonna create that look with your girl. The rule of thumb is 70% mom, 30% male. Appreciate it, Corey. That's why you see a lot of dogs come out looking like their mom. But there is a formula to make the puppies come out, looking more of the more like the dad's blood if you pair it right. And basically that's what it all comes down to. It all comes down to knowing the bloods that you're dealing with, knowing how it produces, knowing what it produces, and knowing what it clicks with, knowing what bloods to breed together and what bloods to stay away from, what strategies of breeding to do, and what to stay away from. You know, certain dogs, certain dogs that we see today, their blood is so tight because a lot of people want to buy finished product dogs. A lot of people want to. Yo, Adam, what's up, brother? Man, appreciate it, my man. A lot of people want to buy these dogs that they have this vision of that's already put together, and then when they get the dog, there's for him to breed it without just outcrossing it or whatever, or just going to a whole nother bloodline, because the dog is basically already put together. There's no work involved to create it. Like the Big Mac, I knew the Big Mac wasn't a finished product dog. I knew I could work with him. I didn't know exactly how to work with him because I didn't know at the moment. But it didn't take very long to figure it out. And once I figured it out, we went the direction that we needed to go with him. We got what we needed to get off of him. And now we're breeding his offsprings. And now we're also breeding his grandchildren. Building generations of blood that seems to be clicking very well. Soleil was a major. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Soleil was, a major disappointment this go round. You need to breed with sister to get that blood back. So you need to breed. No, I wouldn't say you need to breed with sister to get the blood back. And what exactly do you mean to get the blood back? D1. To keep the male blood going. So let me think about what you're saying to get it. So just say like diesel. If I Oh, I know what you're saying. So you basically saying once you breed the offsprings, breeding like to, brother and sister of different litters. Is that what you meaning? There's many routes to keep the male's blood going. He's got um ties. You can go many routes. I really don't understand what you're saying. I'm gonna be honest. Um, but there's many routes you can go. I got diesel daughters. I got diesel grandchildren. Um, like Tick. Tick is a grandson, and I'll be breeding to his daughter. But he's a grandson of an outcross. You know, he's a grandson of an outcross, and then his mom was also an outcross. So, once I'm taking Tick to Emma, Emma is Diesel to Diamond, but Tick is a Soleil son, Soleil bred to 100% outcross. So I'll be able to take his blood and breed it to Emma. And that's still gonna keep it going, but it's also gonna put Diesel where I want him at in the lineup. You know, when I have it finally said and done, I want Diesel to be completely in the back. I want him to remain the foundation of it all. I don't want to bring him back up. We're gonna bring Tick back up, or we're gonna breed something else. That we create along the line. We're gonna bring that back up, to keep the look consistent. But breeding Diesel back to it is going to actually take away from the look that we're building. You know, when you think about this, man, the best thing for you to do when you actually laying out the pedigrees or laying out dogs that you're breeding is write it down. As I'm talking to you guys about it, just freestyling off the top of my head, you know, is not really. Look at Jazz, y'all. Look at Jazz. It's not really it's not really a good way to do it. But when you write it down, you build the format of a pedigree, and you look at it, you get your dogs together, and then when you start researching your dogs to see what these dogs have produced, man, honestly, I never measured him yet. If I had to guess, I would say he's about 16 inches tall, maybe 15 and a half. Diesel 17, and like when he's standing on the side of Diesel, you can see Diesel is like about 2 inches taller than him, an inch and a half taller, and that's about as tall as he's gonna get. He ain't gonna get no taller than that. Man, I ain't drank my coffee yet, y'all. I got a headache out of this world. So I seen something about boxing. Y'all know I love boxing. I seen it, but I didn't want to lose my train of thought. And while I'm always talking, I'm reading at the same time. Yeah, there we go. I know you like. Uh, I don't think Tyson Fury's gonna be able to do nothing with him. I think he's tough. He'll probably last for a few good rounds, but I don't think he's gonna be able to. He's gonna be able to go the distance with him. Really appreciate it, Robert. So, when I said 70% mother and 30% of the dad, that's kind of like just a rule of thumb that a lot of people give off. But once you really get down into the depths of breeding and start knowing how to put things together, you know, it's not quite that same rule anymore, because you're breeding for specific looks and you're breeding specific bloods for purposes. So when when you got a dad, just say like Diesel. Well, I don't really want to use Diesel for an example. I'm gonna use Tick. So say I breed Tick and Emma, all right, and that see that breeding, they're not gonna come out looking like Emma. They're gonna come out looking more like Tick because of the bloods that's combined, you know, and the bloods that's gonna override each other. And I know it's gonna go like that because I've seen it too many times. Um, so just say Tick Emma. I breed them, and we're gonna say 70% of it comes out looking like Emma. Now that is just the beginning stages of the you actually just breeding. You just combining dogs there, you know, unless you got a certain line that you've been building off of these dogs. So that's just the beginning stages. You know, you take that, say you keep your female, you still have to add another outcross. You still have to do many other breedings. You still have to go through a lot before you can even consider to bring back any type of look or any type of blood to bring something, because you know we just talking about one breeding here. You do a breeding and 70% comes out of the mom, 70%, 30% comes out of the dad. I mean, that's just one breeding that you're starting your building process of. So it's not even, and I want to get it right because I'm just flowing this off the top of my head. It's not even really the time to even start to try to get it back to that, you know, because there's still more things that you got to put together to go in the direction that you're going. And then once you get there, then you can start, you know, kind of like fine tuning what you're creating, if that makes any sense to you. You know, because it's just not that simple as, you know, having one breeding and then considering, you know, yourself as a breeder or considering your kennel as a program. You know, it's not even three breedings. It's not five breedings. Five breedings isn't gonna consider your kennel a program, or even be, you know, kind of like the beginning of a foundation. You know, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of breeding, and you know, not everybody hits it directly. Not everybody hits it directly on the bullseye their first, you know, first go round. You know, it takes a lot. You know, if it was that easy, I think everybody would be doing it. You know, but reasons why you see certain kennels last longer than others. You know, there's reason why you see certain kennels growing in a better direction than others. You know, it's a major process. So, you know, just when you first starting out to breed, and to answer your question about the 70/30, by the time you get into the breeding, by the time you get, you know, into actually creating something, your 70/30 is going to no longer exist because you're going to know how to breed it then. You know, so your first breeding might be 70/30. But as you start building and bringing things back together and, you know, collaborating things the right way, then you're going to see that 70 start decreasing and that 30 start increasing, you know, and that just comes from experience. You know, it's kind of easy, you know, looking into someone else's yard, or you know, me coming into, you know, even on the live feed and just letting the dogs run around, you know, it looks pretty right now, but nobody sees, and a lot of y'all have watched it, but you know, nobody sees how these dogs got here. You know, um, nobody sees all the years invested to get the dogs that we have today, and this is just the beginning. Like when I look at my yard right now, honestly, from a program standpoint, you know, when we stamp the blood, y'all, none of these dogs might be here, but the Big Mac, Tick, and Soleil might be living in the house. You know, and that's because we're building a program. We're not building a pet farm. You know, it's not a pet farm. It's a program. You know, what's up, bro? What's up, Marcus? Lona, Tarifa. You know, we look at dogs like these dogs are beautiful. I love them. I mean, I kick it with these dogs every single day, every single day. But at some point, they either gonna go to the ranch or they gonna be in pet homes. I know you do, Dion. I know you do, my brother. And you know, we've been communicating for maybe what, 5 years now. You know, we've been communicating on a telephone basis. You know, you've watched it. You've watched it evolve, man. Absolutely. Oh, man, so we had got some bad weather. I don't know if y'all noticed the gate's different, but we had got some bad weather. The whole back gate was knocked down. I actually just fixed it before I went live. I fixed the gate. It was on the ground. The dogs was running all in the field. When I let them out, this was going to be easy. But buying food, take it to the vet. Yeah, man, it is a lot of money, you know. It really is. You know, especially when the amount of dogs, you know, um, the amount of dogs start, you know, increasing. So I'm gonna run y'all a situation down before I sign off. All purpose of two. Yep, 2,000, no matter the pick. So last year sometime, I had invested into a kennel. I wanted to add this certain blood to the program. I did a lot of research on the blood. I felt like it was going to be a great addition to what I had going on to really take things to the next level. So I had invested a lot of money, y'all, into a stud feed. I actually invested more in the stud feed than what I sell my puppies for. So, you know, you can kind of do the math on that. It was a lot of money. So we did a breeding. The breeding didn't take. The guy was like, "Man, you know, I'm sorry, bring her back. We're gonna breed her again." Bred her back. It didn't take. So this last time, I brought Cleopatra to to Frank Nitty for the third time we did that breeding. We bred her. She didn't take. Soleil bred her to another stud, an outside stud. It didn't take. All right, so let me read your question before I finish. Okay, I get you. So, example, you get pit the right breed female that looks like that, breed her with that. So, actually, no. I mean, that's what I did. That is what I did. But if I could give you the best advice on it, I would say no. I would say either do like a putback deal with the stud to get another male, or purchase a male with the money that you get back from selling your puppies, and then breed that male to your girl, and then start incorporating like the granddaughters. Unless you know what type of blood this is, like if you really strong about the blood you got and you can inbreed it, then you can. But I strongly feel it's necessary to inbreed in the beginning. I'm telling you, that's what I did, and I feel like I would be even farther along in my program if I wouldn't have done it that way. So I would say no. I would say breed, keep the female, maybe sell a couple puppies or whatever, invest in a male, of a good quality blood, something that collabs good with the blood you running. Breed them together, get a granddaughter, and then you take your granddaughter back to the grandpa. Honestly, man, I'm kind of like I'm out the loop on all the different dogs. If you referring to Cali Kingpin, which is Cali Kingpin, that was a lot of Diamond. Diamond had a lot of Cali Kingpin, like a G2 blood and stuff. Um, I don't know much about as far as like inbreeding that blood. That would be I got King Lion. That's XL blood. I've heard that name before. It sounds like a blood that a guy out here used to run. But King Lion was actually the dog's name. It wasn't the blood. Is that right? I'm not gonna say it's a. Yeah, I honestly I know nothing about that blood, or nothing about that dog, man. Just being 100% honest with you. So I'm not gonna say inbreeding is a bad thing. I just don't really see it as necessary as I thought it was in the beginning. Because when you line breeding, and that's later on down the line once you actually establish a line, or a few generations deep, to get to a line. When you line breeding or breeding the same bloods, it's just as beneficial as inbreeding. You know, and that's my personal opinion. So I think inbreeding should really be done if it's like 100% necessary. Like if you're trying to lock in something and you do the proper research, to know what you can get away with and what can actually come about, in the breeding, because you don't want to pull out a lot of bad stuff. Let me see what somebody right here. So yeah, if you know the blood, and 100% what's in there, and I'm gonna be honest, when we talking about like phenom and Dax, it's not 100% to know what is in there. But I also know this: I've seen a lot of inbred Dax stuff that came out great. I've seen a lot of it that came out great. So I would do some research a little deeper in the pedigree, and see how the dog is specifically bred, and see what traits the blood further down the line carries, and if any inbreedings were done, to see what was the outcome of it, or if you see any other breeding similar, see what the outcomes um, see what the outcome of was before you do it yourself. I need some water. But I strongly feel like it's not quite as necessary as a lot of people talk about it today. I really don't. I'm kind of like I'm kind of more the lines of the line breeding, which is still inside of a 5 generation pool. A no doubt sticky icky. When you still in the inside of a 5 generation pool, you're gonna be pulling. Look at them. You're gonna be pulling a lot of those traits in. As far as going to, daddy to daughter. It's not the risk of the risk is a lot higher to pull out bad stuff than if you go to a granddaughter. You know what I mean? And I think the patience of waiting and doing that, I think the results would probably be better for you as well. So what's up, man? I appreciate y'all. My family just got home. Go help us. Yeah, I went grocery shopping and stuff. So I'm gonna help her bring all the stuff in. I appreciate everybody coming on again today. It was nice as always. Thanks. Yeah, hey, Queen of Hearts. That's something that we all have to learn. I've learned a lot of it, and I still have a lot to go. Trust me. So I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. Thank y'all, Miss Latrinda. Thank you very much. And I did get your message. We're gonna make sure Bear gets his collar. Hey, man, y'all messing around. Y'all messing with the boss. That's for the boss. She ain't gonna like that, y'all. So I'm gonna try to clean it before she sees it. Man, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank y'all very much. Have a great day, and God bless y'all. DeAndre, yes, I do. He's just at another yard. He's not in this yard. But I do. He's still mine. The papers are in my name. I have 100% breeding rights to him. He's just not here. And a lot of these dogs in the yard will be with Geronimo soon. I've mentioned the ranch. Much love to all y'all. Have a great day.